You know, I get nostalgic because my wife Lita and I have had so many tremendous experiences. And I think back on it now, and I think the greatest experience, the most enjoyable experience of our life has been when we directed Camp Reed, and the quality of our counselors, and the opportunity to see kids in 1 week grow from young men and young women into a lot more mature people, and they stayed that way. I mean, it's just hard to believe that kids in 1 or 2 weeks at camp can change their life.
We are looking for young adults that are willing to work hard, willing to be out here for the summer, and willing to make a positive impact in young people's lives.
I thought it was really, really important that Lita and I would have the opportunity to make the final decisions on the camp staff. And of course, the beautiful part of that, you hire the best people that you can get, and you turn them loose, and wow.
You know, some of the counselors that I met that first summer are still great friends of mine. Rapid and Ducky and Jockey, guys that I see all the time around town. There's just tons of counselors that we've kept had great relationships over the years. The other interesting thing is, a lot of times, even kids who were campers that I didn't know, when I hear that they've been out to Camp Reed, we immediately connect, and we have this wonderful thing that we'll start talking about and sharing memories about Proofer's Barn or the overnight or the scary stories. So it's just great, whether they're people that you were out here with or people that you meet later on. It's just great to have that thing that connects you all together.
I've been attending Camp Reed since I was about in 5th grade. The person who I am today is because of Camp Reed. I can't imagine where I would be at this point in my life if I didn't have Camp Reed.
Everywhere I go, you talk to people about Camp Reed and what an impact it's made in their lives. It's just a long-standing tradition, and people have so many great memories and so many fun things that they've done at Camp Reed. And we just want to keep the tradition going.
They got so many things going on out here, and have for a long, long while, and I think the number of activities is growing. Riflery and archery and swimming and crafts and horseback riding and just the enjoyment of being out in a beautiful setting like this, and experiencing fellowship and togetherness. And that's kind of the spirit of Camp Reed.
The main thing that people remember about camp is the spirit at camp, and I think that is exactly the same as it's always been. It's just wonderful.
When a camper leaves here, we want them to be able to say, hey, that was the best week of my life, or what I did this week was so fun and so meaningful, and I can't wait to come back until next year.
What the endowment means to me, it's another opportunity to give to a camp that has changed my life from the get-go, and I feel that here at Camp Reed I should be giving whatever I can for a place that has contributed to my life and my person and my being and my moral standings.
There are several ways to contribute to the endowment fund. You can make an annual gift, which would be very helpful to us. You can also remember us in your estate and will planning. Myself and Loco are actually doing both of those. We have designated Camp Reed with our family and estate planning, and we also plan on making an annual contribution to help the endowment fund over the next 5 years.
Well, I hope in a multitude of ways, but Lita and I decided that we would do kind of an endowment where we would give money to camp, and in the process it worked out pretty well, because we get a dividend a couple times a year, and that dividend's a little bit better than the stock market's doing, and so it's really kind of makes you feel good that you're doing something to help camp be strong. And then the other thing, we've decided that we're going to leave at least a contingency upon when we pass, and that contingency will be any monies that are left over from our obligations will be donated to Camp Reed.
Well, this has been such a special place in my life that I want to help make sure that it continues as such into the future. So I've decided to put this into my will, a donation to the Endowment Fund, and hopefully kids for 100 years and more will be able to enjoy this great place.
We'd like to keep the spirit of Camp Reed alive and well and growing and vibrant. That bell's been there. I know it was here when I was a kid. And you know, I'm 82 years old, almost 82 years old. And so I look at that bell and I realize that it's the assembling, the rallying cry for camp, the notice that it's time to eat, and notice that it's time to enjoy oneself and to get together and share the camaraderie of experience at camp.